enrichment for the other 23 hours of your day outside of the gym. Here's your hosts, Jason, Dave, and Corian.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode 40, anchored at Harbor Park, with another special guest. I am Jason.
Coach Dave.
Coach Corian.
And Maggie.
We are here with Magstar, who is going to share some of her story with us today. Dave, you got our icebreaker?
I do. So the icebreaker is going to be...
Bum, bum, bum.
Who is the last person to text you on your phone?
Ooh. Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to.
I didn't say what they said. I just said who's the person.
We're not sharing.
We'll start with our guest. Maggie, who was the last person to text you?
Oh, very interesting. An old guy that I used to date.
Ooh, la la.
Yeah, that's going to remain friends.
Corian?
I texted you guys. I was on my way. I
Not
don't know
who you texted.
I know. I said, I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't know who the last person to text me was.
Would you like to look?
It's probably one of the two of you, though.
I didn't respond. Jason?
Oh, yes, who mine?
Yeah,
mine was my father.
Your father. All right, we're going back to Corian.
Oh, no. But actually, you're right. Thanks for the reminder. My dad texted me, too, because I'm not going to make Toastmasters tonight. And he saw my email and was like, oh, I'm going to miss you. Oh, that's right. My dad.
And mine was a business contact who's trying to win my business over. So, yeah. So the name was Dan, I believe. He's out of California, trying to win my business. So I get those all the time.
Oh, Mr.
Right.
Popular over here.
Maggie.
You got a lot of business you're giving away here? We got to talk about this?
Maggie, welcome.
Thank you.
Excited?
Thank you. Yes, very. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I was the one who reached out to you. I wanted to get you on the episode to kind of talk about your journey, because you inspire a lot of people in the gym and outside the gym. You have a lot of followers on your social media, don't you?
I sure do.
How many do you have?
I would probably say about 2,000 so far. That's not including Facebook, because there's some people on Facebook that don't follow me on Instagram because they don't have one.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. So what is, I guess, you inspire them, but how did they reach out to you? How did they find you?
Well, when CrossFit shared one of my videos of the Open, I think it was 18.2, people were just adding me, and they were commenting and messaging me. I try to get to a lot of people, but half the time I couldn't get to them because it was just so much. And then also the same thing on Facebook. It was shared on there, and then also on Twitter. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, we're going to try to get a selfie here.
All about the tweets.
Hold on one second. Jason, you can ask a question.
I do this every week, but I have the shortest arms, so.
Everyone look at the camera. All right.
right.
Picture done.
Now I can focus. Sorry,
now we can
guys.
put it on the Insta feed, Twittergram.
What is your favorite way to interact with all your followers? Like you said, you have some on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that awesome stuff. But where do you think that you make, because you've met a lot of these followers now.
Yeah.
You go and hang out with them.
I sure do. Usually we meet out. For instance, I went to Chicago. I met out with someone that's from California. She flew out to Chicago with her cousin, and I said, hey, let's meet up. And she said, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah. And then a well-known CrossFit athlete, Athena, she is actually, her journey is amazing as well. I met her at the CrossFit Games in Madison.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she's very inspiring too. Yeah, I meet a couple people here and there.
Why do you think these people choose to follow you?
I believe that, one is my weight, and people believe that CrossFit is hard and, it's only for, elite athletes and whatnot, but it's not. CrossFit can be scaled down to your body and what you're capable of doing. And, me showing that I can do it, they can do it. And I've had a lot of people that message me, I'm going to get there one day, and they can. So, yeah.
I think too, like you said, you're showing people that, CrossFit's not about just a certain body type or style. My mom says that to me all the time. She'll be like, "Oh, people don't look just like you and Dave." And I'm like, no, we have so many just amazing people here, and people who have totally different intentions, on what they're here to do. And I just think that you bring that light, but you also bring, your stunner shades and awesome personality along with it.
I remember one time your mom came in and saw me doing a workout, and she was like, "She's doing that?" I remember you said that. Yeah.
I'm like, what would she be doing?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think too, a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. So you're always showing them, because we are always verbally telling people, and we're trying to explain to them, you can adapt this to whatever you're capable of, whatever your ability is, or whatever you're looking to achieve. And because there are certain things, your front rack position isn't always where it needs to be, you're showing them what I'm telling them. And so then for all those people who are visual learners are like, oh, that's what can be done then. And so then I think that unknown factor starts to go away.
Yeah, recently, one of my followers actually said, "How do you get the strength of holding onto the bar? I'm trying to do a hang for more than 30 seconds." And I said, actually, what helped me was the deadlift grip.
Oh yeah.
So I used to do a lot of that, when I was training for
Powerlifting.
Yes, powerlifting. There you go. Thank you. And I told her that the deadlift grip was helping me. She said, "I'm going to try that." And I said, "Yeah, just 30 seconds, no more." I was like, "That's what I was doing. So, but listen to your body as well." And she's just like, "Okay." She said she's going to try it out. So hopefully that works out for her.
Mm-hmm. Cool. When you're doing all those static holds and stuff. Yeah. Cool.
So Maggie, let's talk a little bit about your journey. Where did you start, I guess? What made you get into CrossFit?
There's a lot of athletes here that are friends of mine before I started CrossFit, and they were doing it. There's a couple like Rico. Who else was Juanita, and there was a guy here that used to come here, was Paul. He was my neighbor, and I knew Nina and Nate before that as well, but, they didn't want to push me into it because they knew that, if you push someone into doing something, sometimes they'll just run away from it.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what to do, and I'm going to do the exact opposite.
Right. So they just, kind of gave me time, and I've actually seen videos as well as the way I post on Instagram, on Facebook, and I was just like, you know what, let me go give this a try. So I talked to Nate, and I told him, "Hey, I want to come, but don't tell anybody I'm coming," because I didn't want that pressure. And he's like, "Okay, whenever you're ready, just come." He's like, "It's open for you, just come." And I was like, "Okay." So I went with my friend Paul, and the first time I went in there, I was just like, I love this. And I never really stepped back out. So,
How many years ago was that?
It's going to be 3 years, the end of March.
Okay. Now, you had some life changes, though, that you decided you wanted to start getting healthier, right?
Right.
Are you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I am. I had a lot of issues with my stomach area, which is in the insides, my kidney stone, my gallbladder. I also had some issues with my knees when I first started, and also my right shoulder. And I got my gallbladder taken out because it was giving me a lot of back problems as well. And kidney stones is still kind of an issue, but once you get them, you'll always get them.
We'll help you figure it out.
Yeah,
Eventually, hopefully manage.
Right. So, and then I also had a really bad infection for my tooth that kind of almost killed me.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so
that was miserable.
I've had ups and downs with a lot of my health issues, and to be honest, I feel a lot of it has to do with because I wasn't taking care of myself before. So,
yeah. So when you first started, I'm going to ask you a personal question. How much did you weigh?
I weighed about 375 pounds.
And what are you today?
300 pounds.
That's right.
Yeah. So
awesome.
close.
We got tacos. We celebrated.
Yes. So.
What are What do you think is the biggest attribute to that? Maybe weight loss, because we all know that going to the gym or just plain eating healthy, like sometimes isn't everything that it needs to be.
Right. Well, at first, I was drinking a lot before CrossFit, and I kind of stopped for 6 months, I would say, of drinking, and that kind of helped at the beginning. But then I came to a plateau where I was like, okay, I'm not losing any more weight. And I actually came to Dave for a goal session, and I told him, hey, it's time that I need to put my nutrition first. And I think nutrition is the number one hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But you learn on the way. So nutrition is
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you came to me, we were 320, 325, right around there. Yeah. We lost the last 25 pounds with your nutrition. And you were amazed because we had talked and you weren't eating enough. Right. So I think that was a misconception. And a lot of people struggle with that. And Corian and Jason can also attest to this. But like everybody thinks, I just got to eat less. Because if I eat less, then I can't gain weight because the food's not coming in. But we looked at it and I think you were 900, maybe even 1,000 calories. And we upped you to about 1,800. And then that last 25 pounds came off. And that was your goal, to get under 300. So we got you to the 300 mark. Now we're going down. Our next goal is 250.
Ooh, yeah.
So I have a question for you, Maggie. So you started 3 years ago with that goal. And you've been pretty consistent for the most part over those 3 years. Have you ever had any like super big like setbacks or anything where you're like, I don't want to go anymore?
I did, and that had dealt with the depression. But with my body changing, it happens. But then I just get back out and I said, you know what? I worked hard for this. I can't stop. I just have to keep going.
I'm going to piggyback on his question. And, I think a lot of people are going to hit that moment, where shit gets hard and it's rough and, things aren't always looking the way you think it's going to look, or the progress isn't going the way. So obviously you just said, I worked hard for this. I'm not going to give up on it. But, how did you kind of get back on track or get over that hump? Maybe somebody out there is struggling with something and, something that could help them too.
I actually opened up on Instagram that I had depression. And so just all the love and support, it made me feel that I wasn't alone. There was other people that actually opened up to it, and not just people that follow me on Instagram or Facebook, personal people that come to the gym as well. And that's just like, you know what? I'm stronger than this. We're all stronger than this. So, we can all get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question. We all know you like to lift heavy weights, but what is your favorite thing now after 3 years about the gym? Or your new lifestyle?
I would have to say learning different foods, like with nutrition. I love spinach, but I kind of have to cut back on it because of the kidney situation. But learning new foods to eat and what I can eat and whatnot. And then with the weights, I'm actually in love with the cleans now.
Oh, yeah.
That's like my number one, and then my second one is thrusters.
Ugh.
Oh, she loves
I love thrusters.
I think a lot of people like cleans, but not the thruster.
Thrusters, yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah, it is your jam. Let's just partner a workout. You can do all the thrusters.
So do you find that with all the followers and the people that look up to you, do you find that there's pressure for you?
No, I don't.
Good.
Reason being is because I am human. We all have our fallbacks. We have our, goals that we don't hit on time. It happens. Life sometimes gets in the way. So no, I don't feel any pressure. There is some things that I don't approve of, like I'm gonna be honest, because I am. That Herbalife stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I get messages about it all the time, and I just kind of say, I'm doing my own thing, and thank you, I appreciate it. But other than that, that's really the only pressure I get, but it doesn't bother me.
I'm trying to get you to be a sponsored athlete, or
I don't know. I don't know what they want.
Herbalife, I think, might be like a multi-level marketing.
Yeah, I think they are. Maggie, this is so like you're pretty viral, and we know you went viral with CrossFit.com, and then Racine and me saw your video online, and they invited you out, and you actually did a story with the three of us. When was that?
Oh my God!
It was
April-ish
of last year. Yeah,
it was obviously after March.
Yeah, I think it was April. And then now this. What's next?
We're gonna keep trucking after those goals.
Right. Yeah, my wall walk. That's what I want.
I was just going to ask you that. So our weight goal, we know what that is. It's 250. That's our next big goal, and that's going to take us some time. What's your movement in the gym that you want to accomplish?
The wall walk.
Yeah. Handstand?
Yeah, one of those. And I'm getting there, and Dave's seen me break down and cry and try to get it, but now it's kind of like, okay, it's going to take time, and, just keep working on it, so...
It's just like everything. Right. So then we did have a newer person that joined the gym because they actually saw one of your videos, and they saw somebody else's video, Tim Marlotti's video. And like you said, a lot of people think CrossFit. They think they can't do this because they have, man, look at the bodies of these people on ESPN. It's not for me. I have to get in shape first. We hear that a lot. Oh, when I get in shape, I'll join CrossFit. But we try to say it's for everybody, and that's what you're saying. But this particular person just started 2 weeks ago and saw your video and then saw my interview with Tim, and was like, if they can do it, I can do it, and he actually joined up. And now you've kind of teamed up helping him, right? Giving him motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I messaged him, and he says that he's actually in awe and how much support and, like how people just reach out to him, and he's just, I love the gym. He's just like, everyone's just really friendly and helps him out.
Yeah, because I was trying to tell, and this, is it's not about how much weight you can move, how you can move. We're going to scale any workout for the person and the particular needs. If the workout has box jumps and you can't jump, we're going to do step-ups. And if you can only step up to a 45-pound plate, that's fine. As long as you're moving and being healthy, that's the big thing.
Right. I agree.
So you're also an ambassador for Harbor Park? What does that entail, Maggie?
Just like you said, with the new members, you get involved with them, you encourage them. Also just, represent the gym itself as a community.
I have a question for you. Sure. What does the gym stand for to you?
Oh.
I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
I know you said you would. It's just so much. To me, it's more about the community. And there's just so much friendships that you make and with family, and it's just, I don't know, it's just there's so much to say about it. I just can't really come out with it.
Well, it's interesting because you ask that to a lot of people, and so often, so infrequently, people say the workouts. It's kind of unique that, what we do is not what it means.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, I think because I'm so used to now that the workouts are different. I've gone to just a regular gym, and you go there and you're like, okay, what do I do next? Mm-hmm. You don't have that. But here you have a community that's doing the same thing, which is, the workout, and you're not on your own, and you already have it set with, a program set for everyone. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, like you said, everybody scales back if they need to, with their body. So, yeah.
Awesome. So talking about going to a regular gym, when Maggie's not at the gym or hanging out, what does Maggie like to do?
I actually love to just stay home. Lately, I've been, I do work 2 jobs, so one full-time, one part-time, and if I'm not there, I'm with my family. So with my nieces a lot. So yeah, I'm with them.
Yeah, it's funny how, like you said, you admitted that before CrossFit you drank a lot. So did I. People know that and know that even for a while with CrossFit I drank a lot. And it's so weird how priorities and mindset just slowly shift into this place, and how much happier you are and how much healthier you are, and all those goals you're still getting. What's one thing, like looking back from now to then, what is like one of the biggest things that you maybe didn't realize was going to change, or came along for the journey? Or
I guess the ability for me to move, that actually surprises me with a lot of the movements that I do, because some people would tell you, like, you're fast on the thrusters, and they're just like, whoa, you move fast. And it's like, yeah, it's just my endurance is getting, better. And yeah, that's what surprises me.
Awesome.
You got a big weighted vest on, and one day it's going to be off.
Yeah, and I think we were doing a workout one day, and I said it was 35 dumbbells on each hand, right?
It was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
And I said, that's less, what is it? I said, that's less than what I already lost. And I said, and that felt heavy to me.
Wow.
And I said, so I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I carry that around me?
Right.
And just carrying those dumbbells was kind of like, whoa, like a shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Maggie, I do know you have to get back to work. I appreciate you coming out on your lunch break for us. Anything else you want to share with us?
No, pretty much. You guys answered some of my journey stuff. And
So if somebody is scared out there and they're looking to try CrossFit, what should you tell them?
don't be scared. Just come. You'll have that support system here, and you're going to have a lot of fun. So just come. I mean, I can't say much, but just to try it out. If it's not your thing, it's not. But, like I said, I fell in love with it when I first started.
Me too. First day for me.
Who knows until you try?
Do you guys have anything else?
No, I say we love your energy and your passion for it in the gym. You're always smiling and encouraging people, and you're a positive atmosphere, and that really helps.
Thank you.
Not only our gym but our members as well. So
I feel it. I feel that energy, so I have to give it back.
Well, thanks, Maggie.
No, thank you guys for having me again.
You're welcome. All right. Stay classy, Harbor Park.
Bye.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Anchored at Harbor Park CrossFit. If you would like further information about our programs, visit www.harborparkcrossfit.com. We hope you'll tune in next time.